Hi, I'm Graham and welcome back to Man vs Film. This is going to be a top 10 list of movies that you can watch right now on Netflix UK for the month of March 2018. So let's get started. Number 10. The Cloverfield Paradox. In the near future, there is an energy crisis on Earth. The Cloverfield station, with a multinational crew, will test the Shepard particle accelerator. However, the experiment goes wrong, damages the station and opens a portal to another dimension with a parallel Earth. Now the scientists need to find a way to return to their own dimension. Out of absolutely nowhere, Netflix unleashed the Cloverfield Paradox, the third entry in the Cloverfield series, and again this one is very different from the other two, with a more comedic tone, a little bit of a lighter story, but definitely just the kind of weirdness that we're looking for from a Cloverfield movie. This thing is getting panned. I don't think it's as bad as they're making out. It's not a great movie, but it's definitely entertaining, fun, and the kind of thing that I was really looking for from a Cloverfield movie. I had no idea where this was going at any point. It's just so much fun. Number 9, Identity. Stranded at a desolate Nevada motel during a nasty rainstorm, 10 strangers become acquainted with each other when they realise that they are being killed off one by one. The group quickly realise that one of them may be the killer. I love Identity. Directed by James Mangold, the guy who just unleashed Logan, this is a terrific serial killer movie that has everything that you possibly want. Takes all these characters, puts them into one location and starts to chop them up in inventive fashion. It stars John Cusack and a host of other actors that you've seen before, and I think it is a terrific version of this type of story. Number 8, When We First Met. Noah spends the perfect first night with Avery, the girl of his dreams, but gets relegated to the friend zone. He spends the next 3 years wondering what went wrong until he gets an unexpected chance to travel back in time and replay that night and his fate over and over again. Another Netflix original with When We First Met. This one kind of retreads the ground of Naked, Groundhog Day, that type of thing, with one guy replaying the same situation for comedic results and to try and figure out the way to make his life better than what he thinks it already is. It has some laughs. It's a little bit overlong, but it's genuinely funny. It's got some nice characters that I enjoyed spending time with, and I wasn't really too sure where it was going to end up at first. It's definitely worth checking out. Number 7, Fury. 1945 in World War II Germany, the tough Sergeant Don War Daddy Collier commands a tank and survives a German attack with his veteran crew. He receives a rookie soldier, Norman Ellison, as a substitute for his deceased gunner, and he tries to harden the youth along the way. David Ayer's tank movie. This stars Brad Pitt and a host of other actors that we know have seen in plenty of things before, and it is exhilarating. Some of the fight scenes are truly tremendous, and it's a group of characters on a mission, and that's what more do you really want? Really, honestly. It's so much fun. It's got some terrific action set pieces, it's got some good characters, it's got some nice drama in it as well. It's got one kind of really unsettling dinner sequence that still kind of lasts with me after seeing it. I'd love to know your thoughts on that dinner scene. Let me know in the comment box below. Number 6, Pay the Ghost. 1 year after Mike Lawford's young son disappeared during a Halloween carnival, he is haunted by ghostly images and terrifying messages he can't explain. Together with his estranged wife, he will stop at nothing to unravel the mystery and find their son. That's right, I've got a Nicolas Cage direct-to-video movie on my top 10 movies of this month. I had zero expectations when I put this on, and I found it to be rather enjoyable. Nicolas Cage in a kind of horror ghost movie, and it works really well. He doesn't go big Nicolas Cage that we've seen before. He keeps it a little bit subdued, and it's a fairly decent and interesting story. I was impressed enough to put it on my list. Number 5, Lord of Illusions. During a routine case in LA, New York private investigator Harry Demure stumbles over members of a fanatical cult who are waiting of the resurrection of their leader Nix. 13 years ago, Nix was gunned down by his best trainee Swan. In the meantime, Swan has advanced to a popular illusionist who has vanished for real. His wife hires Harry to track him down. Clive Barker writes and directs this fantastic horror movie that is very little seen. It stars Scott Bakula and Famke Janssen, and I think it's terrific. It's got some really weird imagery in it, and it kind of mixes horror with a private detective noir story. That mix seems to work terrifically well. It's a movie I've watched several times over the year, and it's one that I do not hear people talking about, and that's a real travesty. Number 4, The Interview. Dave Skylark and his producer Aaron Rappaport run the celebrity tabloid show Skylark Tonight. When they land an interview with a surprise fan, North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, they are recruited by the CIA to turn their trip to Pyongyang into an assassination mission. The Interview is a notorious movie. When it was coming out, it was all over the newspapers for certain reasons, and it's a fun movie. It was one that kind of maligned by the critics, and I think it was unfairly done so as well. I think it's genuinely funny. You have Seth Rogen as the straight man, James Franco living up life as the really wild, crazy guy in this pairing, and it's a fun story, and they really use a Katy Perry song to fantastic effect all the way through this thing. I think it's hilarious and so much fun. Number 3, Mute. Berlin, 40 years from today. A rolling city of immigrants where East crashes against West in a science fiction Casablanca. Leo, a mute bartender, has one reason and one reason only for living here, and she has disappeared. But when Leo's search takes him into a deeper underbelly of the city, an odd pair of an American surgeons seem to be the only reoccurring clue. Duncan Jones returns to the science fiction realm that he started with Moon and creates a movie that is a pastiche of lots of things we've seen before. Just because it's lacking originality doesn't mean that it's one that should be missed out on. It is visually a spectacle. It's got a fantastic performance by Justin Theroux, Paul Rudd, and I think it's one that you really need to see. Number 2, 10 Cloverfield Lane. After a car accident, Michelle awakens to find herself in a mysterious bunker with 2 men named Howard and Emmett. She has been given the information that there has been an alien attack and the outside world is poisoned. However, Howard and Emmett's intentions soon become questionable. 10 Cloverfield Lane was a real surprise of a movie. It was something that I just didn't expect to enjoy as much as I did. You have this confined space where 3 people are living and you're never quite sure who is to be trusted and who isn't. You get Mary Elizabeth Winstead as the female character here, and she is strong, opinionated, and she can take care of herself, and she's super smart. It's a great female character, and I love to see how she interacts with the other character. You've got John Goodman playing terrifically well as Howard, this character who you kind of like one moment and then you are really wary of the next, and I think it's a really great movie. The last 10 minutes where it really turns into a Cloverfield movie kind of robbed the movie of its power a little bit, but still up to then fantastic movie making. Number 1, Inside Man. An efficient gang enters a Manhattan bank, locks the doors and takes hostages. They work deliberately without haste. Detective Fraser is assigned to negotiate, but half his mind is occupied with the corruption charges he is facing. With an army of police surrounding the bank, the thief, the cop and the bank owner's fixer enter high stakes negotiations. Inside Man is a fantastic bank robbery heist movie. It's one of those kind of movies that has a big twist reveal at the end of it, but all the way up to there you are shown these captivating characters. You have the bank robber played by Clive Owen, you have Detective Fraser played by Denzel Washington, and you have the bank's fixer by Jodie Foster, and all these people are fighting for power. They're all kind of negotiating against each other. It's high stakes, you're never quite sure what the end game is, but it is exhilarating. It is fantastic to watch. It is a movie that, again, nobody really seems to talk about much, but it is one of these ones that I watch every couple of years and I am marvelled by how much it is held up and how fantastic it is. Directed by Spike Lee, I think it's one of his best movies, definitely one of his most watchable and most entertaining. So that's my 10 movies for the month of March 2018. Let me know in the comment box below what you thought of them, or if there's anything I missed out and I should maybe add it to my list next month, and I will see you next time on Man vs Film.